All right, well, we're still at the old Oliver cleatrac oc3. Let's take it for a little drive and see how it does in the mud and stuff. Before we take it for a drive, though, let's check the oil in the final drives. So Victor's going to have to make a tool because that is directly between two of the sizes. So it's a pain in the butt. So we need to make one that'll go in there to pull the plugs out of this. So let's start with that, I guess. So right now, Victor's making a brace for the alternator because as this add-on 12-volt system, as they usually are, it's sort of cobbled on there. So the alternator, when it's running, is doing a lot of shaking, and it's actually causing the fan to grind into the bracket. So he's making another bracket that goes off the back here that's going to go down to there, that's going to hold this back more solid so that it can't shake. And then that should be good because we don't want that wearing out. All right, Victor engineered us a new bracket. He's just going to put it on the bolt for the oil filter. And that should help stabilize the alternator. All right, that's expertly cobbled together. Beautiful.
Wow.
That's I said expertly. No, that should definitely do the trick. So anyways, now Victor's gonna have to invent a tool for checking the oil in the final drives. You can see the excitement on his face. So anyways, let's maybe we'll fire it up and see how that shakes, and then we'll do that. All right, let's fire it up, see how it does. Yes, it might want a little bit of choke. And I need both hands for that, so bear with me. Much better. Alternator's not shaking, not grinding on anything. Perfect, so that's fixed. Now, like I said, Victor needs to invent a tool to remove the plug on the final drive. Right. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Out.
It's good.
That's a good sign. All right, just tighten the plugs back up. He just checked the level plug. There was oil in it, so that's good. We're not going to worry about that. Then we'll check this side. Can I? Wants to work too well now.
Thank you.
Well, there's none running out of there, so we're gonna have to add some grease to this one. Oil, rather.
Uh-oh.
So you see how that one is all smashed up. Somebody's definitely either come onto it to tighten it too tight or could not get it out in the past. So we may just have to fill it from the filler cap or the level cap, but we'll see. Okay, well, it wasn't that low. Must have been just below the plug, so we put a little bit in it and it was fine. So again, perfect. Don't worry about that then. And while we have the gear oil out, we might as well put a little oil on the throwout bearing. Perfect. Well, since the Oliver's ready to go, we're just throwing a new battery in the Ford here. And it hasn't been running for a while either, but usually it's pretty reliable, so we'll see if it wants to fire up. Battery's in, see if she wants to start. Hey, yep, what was that? 2 turns, fire it up. Perfect. All right. He's gonna follow me around on that, and we're gonna go see how the Oliver does. that didn't look like much, but this mud is pretty soft. Like, I'm sinking it by foot. So we're gonna send Victor across in the 9N and see if we can get a comparison for how much he sinks. Sinking it pretty good. And that 9N's pretty light too. Well, look at those ruts. Those ruts are literally about a foot deep. There's my size 14 in comparison. So, get him to turn around and come back through it, but yeah, that's how much those tracks float that Oliver. That's pretty neat. And Victor coming back through it. Oh, he wasn't brave enough to go back in his ruts, but he's still sinking pretty good. Anyways, let's move on. Find something a little softer to test it out in. Maybe we'll go up and try the pond. You'll see the old girl doing a lot of spitting and sputtering here. That's because there's a bit of a vacuum leak around the improv carburetor seals. So like I said, I do have a kit ordered and it is coming, but it got us going for today. So hopefully we'll fix that later, but yeah. That was impressive because it is super soft out here, and that spot you saw me sinking in, you can't even you can't even walk across that. Ooh, I'm having a hard time walking across this. But like out here, this is very soft. Like, I am sinking quite a bit, and that's just putting that's trying not to step too much. But yeah, that thing's got some flotation to it, that's for sure. Yeah, it's doing quite well. of tracked machinery. Unfortunately, we meant to tighten these tracks and we didn't. The track has come off, so it's come off and it's bound up, so obviously that's what that side looks like. It's supposed to look like that, where you can see the chain of the track is in that front wheel and it's on the outside of that front wheel. So not good, it's not ideal. Victor is just going to go grab a bar and a jack so we can jack this side up off the ground and get it spinning, and then we should be able to use a bar and get it back on there, hopefully without having to loosen the track off anymore. But worst case, we'll have to loosen the track off a bit, and then once we get it back on, I think we'll tighten it up. But anyways, yeah, I'm just going to sit tight till Victor gets back with some tools, and we'll see if we can get it fixed. Well, Victor came back. He didn't just leave me in the woods, which was a possibility, but he came back anyways, just going to jack it up, and you should be able to just sort of muscle the track back on. I am now holding the jack from falling over, and Vic is trying to muscle the track back on. Not a farm jack, exactly. They just self-balance, don't they? Oh, it's helpful when he's prying on stuff.
Is it?
Well, you know, it's helping something, I'm sure. Well, he's decided to try something different. Pry the track up, and then maybe be able to pull it over onto it. That branch has hit Victor in the face for the last time. Don't you love bush fixes? This is fantastic.
Video?
I wouldn't. Oh.
Oh, it did things.
It did do things. Did you want me to try to jack up on a bit more? It's going to fall over, but...
Let go of that other track.
Let it roll?
Yeah.
Let it roll. Okay, jack break off. You? I'm the one behind it now. Oh, okay. Well, I had to take a phone call, but while I did, Vic got it to go back half on the roller. So the easy way to do this is generally when we roll a track off a machine, well, for one, we're usually not in the center of the woods, and if we are, there's more room. Usually we would hook a chain to the inside of the track here somewhere, and then pull sideways on it with another machine, say out that direction, and then we would try to walk the machine forward while that machine's also pulling forward on the track and forcing the track back over that way, so then it would roll itself back onto the roller. So it's much easier that way, but when we have to do it by hand, it is quite a pain in the back and everything, really, but we're getting it. All right, so I'm back on the tractor. I'm going to try to drive it backwards, see if it goes, and we'll see if it pops back on. Backwards. Aha! Just like that. Perfect. All right, just like that, we're back on track. Now, because we don't actually have the tools to tighten it here, we're going to continue with our drive, and we'll tighten it up once we get back. But anyways, let's keep going for a drive. I came into the center of the field because I want to try it in high gear and see how fast it is. I know it's not running 100% yet, but let's see what she can do. Well, it's actually got a pretty good high speed. That's not even full throttle, so I'm excited to see what it does once we fix the carburetor up a little more. Looks like we'll be pulling him out. That's funny. I really thought that tractor would float over top of there, but it's hard to tell because this tractor floats really well. That one's light, but it cut right in. So I guess we'll have to get a chain or something to pull him out. Okay, so you didn't see it on camera, but I went to turn around here to get in position to go pull Victor off that pile over there. And I kicked the clutch in and there was a eeeeet, and the engine stalled. So we were looking at the engine, everything seemed free on the engine. We fired it back up, sounded fine, running fine. Kicked in the clutch, same thing. So that means the clutch is blown up. So that's fantastic. So it's not a huge deal. It'll just be, I have to find the clutch parts, probably be a little interweb search there and I'll be able to find them. Or I'll call some of my local older tractor part stores and see what I can come up with. But anyways, that ends this video here. So that opens it up for another video of fixing a clutch on an Oliver cleatrac oc3. So anyways, thanks for watching.